Back with another one. This one is more of a discussion video. If I was building the next pack for the, let's say, nationals at the end of the year, since that's still like 5-6 months away, this is what I want to see, or what we should see, or the expectation. And if you're still reaching for straws on this Bandai, copy my homework. All right, let's get into this. Still keeping the same structure and flow for the selections of how it's been structured for the last 2 or 3 years. Generally, Bandai gives support to like 5 or 6 leaders with an exclusive card specifically to their ice type. This is one of the leaders I would like to come back, and I feel like it's close, but I just need like one more card just to really solidify it. It's been one of my favorites ever since it came out. Same with these. I know it's another Goku, but this I feel like needs just like one more card. It doesn't have to be super powerful or super great, but just relevant enough to help the deck keep pace. This one, on the other hand, I've been playing this a lot on the channel at locals, but because I actually played with the deck, this has been on my bucket list to play. I see there's some potential here. Just one card away, I would say. Just need to like, actually, I'm gonna say surprise me with this Bandai. But there's a couple things, but obvious fixes is like just giving it a card that make it relevant to the format or the block that we play in today. But this deck is really good and fun to play. My next couple ones though is not too debatable. This deck, I don't care if you have to break the game. The set 22 Son Gohan deck, the Beast deck. This deck needs a really good support card to get it back on the ground, back on the legs. This is the red deck we always wanted to be good. It seemed like it had almost everything, but still fell short. I know multiple creators spoke and links about this, like Turtle Club, I think Unbound, The Lookout did a video, just multiple people saying this deck has follows the Gohan trope of having so much potential, but the creators just fall short, and it's not really a lot of a distance to really climb up to make this deck, the whole archetype, the whole concept, really great. I don't need it to be tier 1 and tier 0, but more playable than what it is. Next one that follows that is the Vegeta Fusion Complete, going through the color spectrum as the structure dictates. This deck, I don't care. You can snap it in half. The support card. This archetype needs it almost the most of all of them. It's bad enough green don't really have good card advantage, but just getting blown out by everything, or I wouldn't say blown out. Blown out is just if the skill difference is wide, but make it always behind instead of rarely ahead. You need a card to flip that and just help close out the game or get to the end game state with at least some of my resources. But a lot can tell you about this deck. I know. Shout out to Nino, because these last two, I was thinking about him on getting support. He plays this deck a lot. I even watched a few of his gameplays and profiles, and I'm like, I see it's there, but I can see where it's struggling too. Last one, I don't have the leader on me, so I'm just using this as a proxy for the leader. Specifically Vegeta's lineage and the Young Invaders deck. I wouldn't mind having or seeing that archetype get more support over the next several sets, or is getting a really big power card just to help it get back into the swing of things. And we hit this kind of too hard, I think, in my opinion, especially with that field card errata. Just because there was an aggro type of deck version of Young Invaders that will totally not be, or I would say it doesn't hold up in this current market of how we play the game today. That's why I think either giving it like a more, I don't want to say overpowered card, but I would say strong enough to pass the litmus of the top 20 decks, or be in that conversation of the game. I don't really need it to be super broken, but enough where it's more recognizable. I'll just put it like that. And usually there is a white leader right here, but it's still kind of new and we still filling it up. So I just decided to put or supplement 2 red archetypes to get support from the, oh, I forgot to mention the deluxe pack, which usually it starts off from the top, going off from the model. I'll probably just put it in a thumbnail thinking back because I'm just one taking this. Next is the other cards, usually like one of each color of a staple that's pretty high up there that you would get from these deluxe packs, just as a reprint common foil. Starting off with dormant. We got some reprints before, but one more doesn't hurt. This is the linchpin for like green players coming in and coming back. One more I think is necessary. Next up, we got the counterplay that only has one inset printing of it, or 2 if you want to count the collector booster as far as sets goes, but never reprinted outside of a set is my point I was going for. And it's long overdue for a reprint. This came out like 2 or 3 years ago and still nothing. Bandai, you know what to do next. Next, some really basic stuff. Something for white. As we get into that color, I think the sparking negates is usually staples, no matter for any color. That's why I picked that. Red, I didn't want to do too overcomplicated, but Destructo Disc. This is something very impactful. Overlooked a lot of the time, but I was going to put Wolfing, but I think this is a bit more versatile and that we should get again. My last 2, my Android 17 Defending Friends. This, I already get 50 reprints of this instead of 50 reprints of Heroic Prospect. From our best finals prizing support, if Bandai concludes and takes, it's probably not going to take 1 for 1. It's probably going to take like 40% like it usually do in the past. If it goes above 70, this pack that I'm building, that Bandai, copy my homework, will be better than the 2023 finals packs. Or they whole setup with pricing. Because till this day, I will argue with anybody. The 2023 Nationals pricing was better than anything we got ever since. Anything. Lastly, we reprint our big cards as like the unisons from the DBRs got reprinted in this type of fashion. I think this is like the best one and the first that should be starting to get reprinted. Definitely staple for yellow, and we should start the CR reprint train on this. I should have mentioned before, I'll probably put it in the description. Hopefully y'all go down and read that. The only thing I eliminated from like my selection choice outside of white and maybe one other card is I don't want anything to get reprinted from this year because it's still widely available. But everything beyond this year, we definitely need it. Especially those cards like the counterplay that we didn't get in like 3 to 4 years. Going on to the event pack stuff for every color. Here's how I will organize it. Starting off with green, I will give us this. These three takes care of a lot of other things, or covers a lot of bases with a lot of decks that we play in the game. And boss monster, mid game, defense. Bases covered. That's what I would do for green. Heading over to black. This is what I will do for the black section. Each color gets like 3 cards. So this is what I will put for the 3 cards for black. We gotta finish reprinting the SGRs. We never finished that. We just stopped like halfway. Then I'll put this in there as an event pack. That would be cool. And so people stop complaining about Black Mass Sand. We had the answer for years. No wonder. Did you ever wonder why it wasn't relevant towards the beginning of the game, like around set 4, 5, 6? It was plus cause this card. They just gave it to us as a tournament promo. You automatically get them for participating. Boom. But a lot of new players that's coming in don't know the lore of the history and how it was never really a problem. Going over to red, these will be my 3 of choice, as I said before. Some powerful cards for red and STR reprint train, and also relevant because it's also hit unisons. This will be my choice for my 3 that I will want to get back into circulation. And keep in mind, the main thing is you want playable cards back in circulation so more people have access to them to play them, so they not just gatekeeped. Going over to white, some of these cards came out this year, but that white is my only exception because it's still new. But this is kind of like sort of the older of the bunch that are kind of staple. That would be cool as a reprint or event pack reprint. Also, the fact that White's card pool is really not too up there because it's only like 2 to 3 sets in, so we still kind of need some time for it to develop good staples because people still haven't figured out White yet, or the hide and seek type of mechanic that White does. Going over to yellow, favorite card, favorite SGR, and I'm just now starting to see people play this card, which it was going to take some time, but glad you caught on. This best yellow card, especially in combination with this. Even though this was a deluxe pack, I would like to see it again because more power cards that we have back in circulation, the better it is, and kind of like can raise the level of competition. Then getting on to blue. It's a interesting spread for blue. Broly, I know we got it for the chase card of the last wave, but I will put it out again as an event pack. This is too important just to gatekeep it to like one set printing and I want to say top 16 printing of the regional wave. There you go, my words. Next one, emotional blow. More accessible through event pack will be recommended, and same with the cunning peel off shoe and my staple for blue decks in general. And that wraps up of how I would build my event pack. Hopefully this comes out and perfect center because I got the close up so you can read the cards. But staples that will make a great event pack. I think we on like 1920, one of those two. Next, getting into the alt art pack, I would like to see. Alright, starting it off with Pan. Probably can give her a cooler pose. Probably doing like a dragon punch and like some crazy holographic foil. I know she's mirroring her dad with the Masenko. If you don't know that hand sign posture, and it's not the Rock. Next, I'll probably throw this in there. It's one of the key cards for yellow and help them close out for game. Another key staple in the Z deck. And last Z deck card I will do like a art that would be cool is Imposing Behemoth. This is everybody's fun card to deal with and worthy of getting an art reprint. Surprised it didn't get like a SPR in the original set. And this is my only exception being from this year, which only is alluded that for white. And getting off the Z deck cards, this Bardock will be cool because we have a lot of Bardock fans in this game for the art pack. I think Bardock will be a cool choice and to round out the staples in another higher rarity. Next is this card, SSB Vegeta, SSB Vegeta and SSB Goku. We had a lot of Gogeta players rise up this year, and just to give them back another cool card, not only for that deck but for other decks that can use this, I think that would be the play to go. And lastly, just for green decks together in Nimbus, I think this will be a cool card, not just to power up the sand decks all the time. We do have other archetypes in the game that we want to power up and don't forget about, like Earthlings. I would like to see Earthling decks get stronger, and that will be my rounding out of how I would kind of curtain tell the art pack for relevancy as well as cool new arts. I think they can do a lot with the Together on Nimbus. It was a flying Nimbus, but I'm like, people getting tired of flying Nimbus. And for the or I don't know, the chosen art, because I know the last one was Broly. I think this time we can do SS4 Gohan as that top 8 memorable card that has exclusive art for higher placing. I think this has earned a spot to be there, and it would go hard if this had like another cool all art folding for that exclusive. And usually like nationals, they will have like some token art. I think last time it was Gogeta versus Broly, and with them releasing Zamasu, I think it would be cool to have some art of like Zamasu versus Trunks as being part of the winner token, or like the fight with Vegeta into Infinite Zamasu, or Vegito being in the theme, since we got a lot of Vegito stuff. Matter of fact, Vegito tokens as top first, second, third finalist type tokens. That would be dope. Like Trunks, Vegito, Zamasu. Boom. And for our if we still want to do the Goku, if still want to have like the Goku SCR, fine, but I would rather we move to the next or a more playable and more sought after serial card instead of continuing on this. If not this for like 2027, but hopefully they'll listen and just change that for nationals to this card. Let me bring it up. I gotta bring it up on my other phone because I got rid of mine, but you see it have a lot of play, not out or outside of its original archetype deck. Let me bring it up. Bam. I gotta bring it up on my other phone. Forgive me for this. Unlimited Majin Buu. This needs to be the next serial card. No questions. No other questions. It needs to be the next serial card. Period. A lot of meta relevance. Big Buu fan base. I don't know why the fan base is so hyped on the Buu, but very big fan base. Probably will have numbers going up if this is the next, or it 100% should be the next serial SCR card from our tournaments or nationals. 100%. Hopefully I can catch Bandai before they press the print button on whatever 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 set. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the most important thing, which is the next leader that should be the chase, but this is more for 2027, but this was specifically that in a way and slash nationals. But for 2027, I would probably give a guess to this leader.